Several different Minecraft mobs have their favorite thing they like inside the game, and today we're going to do a guide on every single one of those mobs that actually has a favorite thing inside of Minecraft. And no, I'm not going to be like zombies prefer nighttime over daytime or anything like that. We're mainly going to be talking about items and potentially other things if they come up. At least that's the plan, but I think first things first, what we're going to do is just lay out every single mob and their preferred favorite thing inside the game. Unless I missed something, I'm pretty sure I got everything for every single mob that has like a favorite thing or something like that. Whether it be something they breed with, whether it be something you trade with them, or whatever it might be. And I could do a single area for every single one of these mobs, which honestly would take a long time to do. Or I could do something else. Something else like maybe organizing them as best as I can in specific categories, such as say with like the seeds, such as say with like all the wheat-based mobs, such as say with like the random mobs, such as with like plenty of other different types of mobs all around in separate areas. And 9 areas I think should be enough. I think should be fine. And I think I know how I'm gonna want to do this. And that's by leaving this world, loading up a completely random one, give myself one of these, and then go around, copy a bunch of land, and then paste it over in that actual guide world. If you don't think this can happen, then just wait and see. Just wait and see. That's all we gotta do. Click export, get the taiga exported, and now it's saved onto my PC where I can import it into that one world. And personally, I just think it's gonna be a little bit easier doing it this way as opposed to just building up an entire taiga or building up an entire desert or something like that. Then I could worry about the actual decoration part as opposed to just building up all the terrain and stuff. So all I gotta do is just go around and do this another 8 times, and then we should be good to go. And after exporting the other chunks I needed, and now all we have to do is just paste them right inside this one world. So if we load and import and load, and we have that taiga. Perfect. That is not where I wanted it. Let's try this again. Get rid of this one layer, and maybe lower it a bit too. And then I'm considering on the outside of each area to have like a band of just like some colored block, just so it's pretty obvious to tell like which area you're at and which area you're going to. Then after just some minor terraforming here and there. And okay, yeah, I'm still not perfectly happy with this area, but we can always come back to it. And I think for right now, let's just set up everything, and then we can go around, do all the details, and do everything else like that. And that's exactly what I did. And something I didn't really think about is the fact that some areas work with some mobs, but not necessarily with others. So it was kind of hard to tell like where certain mobs should go and where others should go. But I think at the end we managed to have a pretty decent balance in certain areas. And I'll be honest, the more I look at this biome idea with the setup, the less I kind of like the biome idea. It's because there's just so many different types of mobs that like just having one area for one specific thing just wouldn't fit, maybe? I don't know. But what I do know is we're gonna do something else. I don't know what else, but something else. You know, something I'm not really using these guide worlds yet is lodestones. Maybe they could work, like, cause this top texture looks fantastic. Hold on, let me try something. Let me try something. What does this look like? I actually kind of like that. I actually do really kind of like that. And then maybe across here we could have like just small little areas with like, you know, biome specific things based on them. Maybe we could do that. Maybe subsection and subsection. That could work. That could work. And with that, I think we are in business. Right after, I'm considering adding one more area, because right now we have 10, the 9 for the areas of the chest, and then 1 to finish things off. But I'm considering adding like 1 more to have like a brief like summary about everything every single mob likes. We could do that. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Perfect. And now let's start off with this first area. Several mobs' favorite things can be categorized into multiple sections. These sections can include things like many different things such as seeds, and there's actually a pretty cool way I actually want to display every single one of these categories. First off, let's get an iron block right here. And then if we affect every single thing with invisibility, that will also affect the armor stand. And here's the thing, when the invisibility goes away, that thing will still be invisible, I think. No, okay. We can still work with this, it's fine. Because if we just set it incredibly long, okay, maybe not that long. There we go, that long. And now that thing is going to be completely invisible, and we can actually show off what is going to be in each category. Let's just do that with every single one of these areas. Then affect them all with invisibility, and that looks so cool. Why are they so off? Okay, we can fix this. Yeah, that's fine. I think we need something else here, though. Like, it seemed just a little bit barren. Maybe if we add what looks to be a path going down here could help. And then maybe I have an idea. I don't know how to explain it yet, but I have an idea. Okay, maybe not the tiki pole I was trying to build. I mean, it looks cool in its own right, but I don't know if I'll keep it or not. We'll see, but I think for now, let's just worry about these next few areas, and let's just start with the seed one, and then go from there. Seed to wheat to hay bales to something else after that. And I'll be honest, I think this type of guide is going to be one where I'm going to have to be building more like decorative things in the background as opposed to like things right in the foreground, because I can't really think about what I could do for areas this small. Like, I got room, I could do some stuff, just maybe not as much as I probably would have wanted to, but even then, it's fine mixing things up every now and then. Every single guide world doesn't have to be exactly the same from one to the other. But even then, we should still try making it look at least somewhat impressive. Cool things like maybe a chicken coop, this nice sniffer pen, and a few birdhouses here and there, with a lot of factual stuff and one or two other stuff around here. And man, this birdhouse, this was easily the easiest one to set up, because all you need, grow a jungle tree, put some chains down, get some parrots in there, and that's it. But now on to the wheat lovers, and I think this should be an easy one. I say that, but let's be honest, you never really know these things. Well, that was simple enough. A few small wheat fields, all the mob setup. I think this area is pretty much good to go. And the next one is pretty much all the mounted mobs, and I think what I want to do here, maybe, I don't know what I want to do here, actually. I could just do something similar to what I just did, but that'd be kind of boring. What do I do here? What should I do here? No, seriously, what should I do here? I've been staring at this thing for the past like 15 minutes and I still have no idea what to do. Let's just start building something and maybe something will come to me. Maybe something will come to me. And as it turns out, I think I was just really overthinking things, and I think generally this should do what we need to do for this part. Not so much for my grammar there, but you get the point. All mountable mobs have their own certain areas and own certain sections and things like that. Meaning, we could go to the next area, which I don't remember why I grouped these two together. Maybe they're just like wildlife mobs, maybe? Like rabbits and foxes, maybe? I don't know. But since it's just two mobs, we can be a little bit more liberal with the amount of space we want to use. Let's not overthink things, and let's just do this. Let's just get this done. Just start placing down blocks and just hope for the best. That is not what I call hoping for the best. How did I mess that up so badly? You know, all things considered, since I'm working with a lot of different mobs, I should have made like a zoo or a petting zoo or something like that. Oh, that would have fit the theme so well. But you know, I guess in a way I still am doing that. Maybe not as directly as I would have liked, but you know, it's still happening. It's still happening. And I am at least glad that we set things up. Only thing is, I completely forgot that foxes like to hunt rabbits, so this shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be. If needs be, I will build up more of these trapdoor walls, but we'll see. We'll see. You two are sick. Just sick and wrong, you two. Sick and wrong. Fortunately, though, we do have a couple mobs that are a little bit less sick and wrong. Mostly, just don't get to the chickens, cats. Don't get to the chickens. And I guess I'll probably build like some habitats or something like that you can actually go into. Again, this is very reminiscent of like a petting zoo or something like that. Apart from the fact that some of the animals around the petting zoo might not be quite so eager to be pet. How did you two get down here? Wait a minute. There's still one in your pen. Where'd the other one go? You are confusing. A lot of you mobs are confusing, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll figure things out. At the very least, we're figuring that out better than what we did with the dog, cat, and ocelot area, which I think it's fine. It could be better, though. Just something about these two just seems kind of bland and open. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe we'll change it later, maybe not, but at least as of right now. Next up, the aquatic area. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. If I really knew how to best do this too. Maybe I could just add like a big swimming pool or something, or I don't know. I don't think in many petting zoos the requirement of actually petting like the aquatic themed animals would be to jump in a swimming pool, but you know what? We can make exceptions here. At least with the dolphins, with the turtles and the axolotls, you'll probably still have to get wet, just in a much more reasonable way than with the dolphins. Okay, this is now definitely giving some petting zoo vibes. Like, just look at some of these exhibits. Exhibits? This isn't a museum. Just look at some of these pens. Oh. I didn't think about that. Now, don't spread. But this next section is probably anything but petting zoo-ish. Yeah, need I say more? Probably not. All that I do need to say is there's gonna be a lot of very strong fences around here. So I guess we could do something similar for the striders we did with, like, the other mobs, like, say, the dolphin. Get you in here. Why are you a baby one? Of all the striders. What about you? There we go, that's better. The hoglins and piglins. How should I do this? What I should do is probably not just place them in like what I do with every other mob, but maybe just have a dispenser set up so they could actually spawn in that way, and then you could actually implement and show how they actually trade and stuff. Maybe. Yeah, probably a good idea, and I'm probably just going to use this room, considering the happy gas is going to need a lot of space. Perfect, perfect, and I think, honestly, for the happy gas thing, it's actually going to be kind of easy. Yeah, pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and actually pretty surprising, because, baby gas loves snowballs, but adult gas kind of don't. You know what, mister? Do not grow up before this world is ready. Please don't. I'm going to have to get another one otherwise, but now we can move on to... What do I call this area? Maybe, like, the wildlife area? Or no, I've already called that area something around here. Because these last two sections are pretty much just like miscellaneous mobs, like all things considered, so maybe I just won't title these last two sections and just build up areas that best suit these. Yeah, probably for the best. And I might have made a little mistake. I kind of finished building up the entire guide world without recording the last segments of it. My bad. I guess there's times where I just like to be in the moment and in the zone, just building and not worrying about recording sometimes. But yeah, we built it all up, got all the bee stuff set up, got the old panda stuff set up, got all the armadillo stuff set up, and got everything else set up around here with the allays, with the frogs, with the villagers, and with this final little end bit right over here. And on top of that, I did make a pretty decent and interesting start to the world, which is just this, which is obviously just a great platform, but I at least made it a little bit more interesting with sounds and stuff. When I say sounds, I mean, Stardew Valley song, and obviously the big old text sign, which we always have. Yeah, there's a good chance there's gonna be a few changes by the time you actually see Toycat's guide video, but this is generally what it actually looks like. So, let me know what you think of this guide world down below. Like, subscribe, join the channel, all that stuff, but for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.